Many Canadians are under serious pressure as they face high inflation, high interest rates, and higher debt levels. A recent consumer debt survey done by MNP shows that nearly half of Canadians are only $200 from complete financial ruin, after years of Justin Trudeau's policies led to high inflation. LifeSite News recently reported that Canada's poverty rate increased for the first time in years due to high inflation, spurred by the government spending. Statistics Canada recently reported that the average household is spending $1.87 for every dollar of disposable income. That is just amazing. Some individuals are living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to make ends meet and cover day-to-day necessities. Others are so deeply indebted that their financial challenges won't be manageable, regardless of interest rates. Canadians may have hoped for a more significant cut to interest rates or to experience a quicker impact from the reduction. The province with the highest in financial duress is Alberta, with about 47% of Albertans saying they are just $200 from complete financial ruin. Despite the Bank of Canada cutting interest rates by half a point to 4.5% from 5% in the last few months, this won't help much in terms of helping struggling families pay their basic bills. The fast rising food costs in Canada have led to many people feeling a sense of hopelessness and desperation, with nowhere to turn for help, according to the Canadian government's own National Advisory Council on Poverty. In 2021, Canada's Parliament raised the federal debt borrowing amount by a whopping 56% under the Borrowing Authority Act. The amount went from $1.1 trillion to $1.8 trillion. Can you believe that? The Canadian Taxpayers Federation federal director urged the Trudeau government to cut spending, balance the budget, and completely scrap the carbon tax. Interest payments are now consuming up almost 20% of income for some Canadians. According to Equifax, the average Canadian owes over $72,000 in debt, excluding mortgages. This includes credit card debt, lines of credit, car loans, and personal loans. Credit cards continue to be the primary driver of rising debt, with outstanding balances reaching $122 billion. The increasing debt is due to three main factors. First, inflation has driven up the cost of everyday goods, causing Canadians to spend more every month. When inflation is high, but paychecks don't grow as fast, the average Canadian has less money left over to spend. This results in increasing reliance on credit cards to pay for daily necessities. Second, pent-up demand and travel following the pandemic and easing of restrictions and people making up for lost time. Third, high interest rates on credit card balances might mean overall debt increases for those who are unable to pay their credit card statements. On top of credit card debt, the average Canadian owes more than $20,000 in student loans, over $21,000 in car loans, and over $13,000 in personal loans. Are you struggling with money? What can you do if your debt is too high? A good way to tackle debt is to address some of the basics that can include cutting back on extra purchases, shopping with savings in mind, and don't buy things that you don't need. Consider making a budget. If you're trying to get your finances on track, make a budget or review the one that you have. If you're buried in consumer debt, you didn't get there overnight. That's why we created an approach called the Banker's Secrets. It's designed to help you achieve economic independence as quickly as possible without sacrificing your lifestyle or taking unnecessary risks. Many people have discovered how to implement and strategically use the Banker's Secret process to eliminate consumer debt and save thousands of dollars in interest that would otherwise go to the credit card companies. For a limited time, I'm giving away a free copy of my book, The Banker's Secret, a simple guide to creating personal wealth for Canadians. Go to McGuireFinancial.ca and locate our bookstore tab to get your free copy. Enter the code 2000. That's 2000. You'll be glad that you did. If you ever have questions about the Banker's Secret, markets, or politics that could impact your portfolio or your income, please reach out. My job is to answer questions and solve problems for you. Don't ever hesitate to call. While you're here, take a moment and click the thumbs up button. It really helps us out. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. We'd love to keep you posted.